into the van and I wasn't quite happy with how it looked.
Okay, let's just stop for a second and rewind, shall we? So what actually happened is that I took off the plywood roof and I thought I would make another plywood roof just without the carpet. So I've cut it and I've varnished it, I've cut the hole for the fan, and then I realized that I just did not like it.
So I'm gonna cover this with cladding. I bought like a pack of pine cladding, I think it is, for like 10 euros, and this is gonna be enough for covering that, and then I'm gonna give it a hand varnish and hopefully it will look nice and cozy.
Okay, so you will need some cladding, of course, measuring tape, some masking tape, a pencil, some waterproof varnish, the brush for the varnish, some sanding paper, some wood screws, a jigsaw, a screwdriver, and a sander. So here you can see me cutting the cladding. I would suggest you to cut it from the back and not from the front to avoid fraying. The process is really simple. You just cut it and put it in place. I didn't use any glue, I just waited for the whole sheet to be finished to fix it with the wood screws.
So now that the roof piece has been finished, I'm gonna varnish it with some waterproof varnish, and this time I chose it like neutral color so that I don't have any unwanted surprises. But before doing that, you'll need to sand lightly the surface, and for that I was lucky enough to find this bad boy here because I thought I had to do it all by hand, but this is gonna be much easier. And sanding is so oddly satisfying. Okay, so the cladding is nice and sanded, nice and clean, so now it's time to go ahead and varnish it. So the varnish will obviously help keeping the wood nice and healthy, and this also gives a water barrier. So because the roof is obviously on top of the kitchen, it will get vapors from the cooking and stuff, and also from condensation when you're sleeping. So it's important that you apply some kind of protection to your wood, because you don't want to be doing this all over again in a couple of months. So the varnishing is done, and obviously I will be applying a second coat once this one is dry, but so far I'm quite happy with how it looks. It didn't give it much color, it just brought out the veins of the wood, is that how you call them? The veins, the veneer. But anyhow, yeah, let's wait for this to dry out and then we'll give it another coat.
I decided to reuse the same lights from my previous build, the IKEA diorite lights. As you can see here, I was just screwing in the support to the wood to then fit the light on. So once you screwed in the light holder, you need to drill a little hole in the wood to let the wire pass through, and then you'll be able to put the LED on. LED. Okay, so the hole is drilled. You can let
we can pass through our little wire. You'll want to be careful when you pass those things through because they're very, very delicate, even when you put them on the LED itself. I already broke 2 of those, so you want to be very, very gentle when you put them together. So once you have your wire in, you can pass it through that little slit that's there, and then put the LED light in place. And here the tricky part starts, because you want to fit the wiring into the light, but the cable is in an awkward place, so I guess I'll show you so it's easier to understand. So the wire needs to go inside the light, and then you just pull the wire from below. And then you can lock it in place. So once that all of the lights are in, you'll be able to fit them in the holder. I don't know how this is called. So we'll flip the plywood over. So you'll want to place this somewhere in the middle so that all the wires can reach it. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna hold it with. So for now I fixed the holder with some tape. I'll have to find a better solution. And now I'm just trying to fix those cables with some cable ties. I think those are called cable ties, I'm not sure. It would have been easier just to cut it, but I don't trust myself with cutting it, so I'm just doing some ridiculous labyrinth with the wires. Are installed and fixed, I'm going to be installing the interrupter, the button that's going to switch on the lights, and it's just a very cheap, it was £2 I think, button. And so I'm going to drill a hole with a 20mm hole. So there you go. Everything is done. So the next step is gonna be to wire it up and then fix it to the roof. So the interrupter is quite easy to wire up. You'll just need to connect your spade connectors to your wire, and then you need to put on the brass colored one the earthing cable, the black cable, on the middle one the positive cable coming from the battery, and on the last one, or the one that's further away from the brass one or from the negative one, the positive coming from your appliance, so in this case the light. And then the black cable from the light itself, you need to earth that somewhere on the body of the car. So I've already connected everything. I've put my male spade connectors into the ones that are gonna go to the interrupter, and then I put a little ring one on the earthing cable from the appliance so that I can earth that. So I also fixed the roof piece, and I managed to make the lights work. Boo! I'm not gonna lie, it did take a little bit of a wiggling around, because the first time I fit it in, the lights didn't work, and it was because the earthing cable wasn't earthed correctly, and so it took me a good few hours, let's say, to make it work. But it really isn't difficult to fit them. It's just me that I kept on cutting the wrong cable, and I had to reconnect them and do it all over again. So if you're careful in what you're doing, that shouldn't happen. But yeah, I'm happy with how they look. And I love that the interrupter goes blue when it's on, because before those lights were had the original switch on, which is the one that you buy at IKEA, and it was just hanging around here, but it wasn't fixed to anything and it didn't look nice at all. So I'm really happy with how it looks now.